Well, welcome back to the fourth segment of your lectures. The reason why I'm doing 4 lectures per class is because of the fact that it's easier for me to upload. Because if I try to do one whole video and it's like 1 gig, unfortunately YouTube does not allow that to be uploaded. So I must make 4 segments. So lecture 1, lecture 2, lecture 3, lecture 4, and this is all part of topic 1. So for all your topics, always note that you'll have 4 lecture videos. I'm doing this because I want you to have the benefit of the lecture videos and to listen to it, to watch it whenever you are, wherever you are, so that you'll be able to grasp the concepts that I talk about and grasp the concepts that I'm referring to. So in that way, your normal lectures will be supplemented by these lecture videos. Also, because of the fact that power outages and other problems affect the delivery of lectures as well. So this is sort of to supplement your learning in the course as well. Any comments, questions, queries, always get me an email or my phone. Within business hours, I will respond accordingly. All right, now let's look at the hierarchy of laws. So we said that the PNG Constitution provided for human rights, provided for the separation of powers. It also provides for all the laws that will apply in Papua New Guinea. So the legal term for it is the hierarchy of laws, and it's provided in section 9 of the PNG Constitution. Okay, the first law in the hierarchy of laws, we see the Constitution. Constitution is the supreme law. All other laws must conform to the Constitution. If the law does not conform to the Constitution, these laws are unconstitutional. The Supreme Court will declare them unconstitutional, and they will not be nullified, they will be void. So when the Supreme Court declares the law unconstitutional, it's finished, it's gone. It cannot be applicable anymore. All right, under the Constitution, the second category of laws, in terms of superiority, it's called organic laws. So organic laws are an extension of the Constitution. They explain in detail the provisions of the Constitution. For example, now, the Constitution says that there will be a general elections to vote in the members of parliament, the governors, and the open MPs. Right? To put in all the little details as to how the process is going to be effected, it will make the Constitution very lengthy. The Constitution is one of the longest constitutions in the world that we have, is the PNG Constitution. So what the members of parliament do is, the Constitution says there's going to be elections, and then they pass organic laws basically to make or provide for the final details. So in terms of the elections, the organic law, national and local level government elections, will elaborate on some key functions like who's in charge of the elections, the civil servant, electoral commissioner, what is the role of the returning officers, what is the role of the assistant returning officers. All these things, it's provided in the organic law. That's why I said organic law is an extension of the Constitution. So the Constitution and the organic law together are called constitutional laws. So when you put these laws together, they're called constitutional laws. All right, the third category, acts of parliament. So these acts of parliament are law passed in parliament by our elected representatives. So anytime they ask you, what is the law passed by your representative in parliament, you always say acts of parliament. So for instance, the University of Papua New Guinea Act, the Public Finance Management Act, these are laws passed by Parliament. So these acts must be in line with the Constitution. All right, emergency regulations. Laws passed in times of emergency, they have the effect of suspending human rights. Examples, in the time of volcanic eruptions, you see laws that are passed to restrict people's movement. So they will say that, oh, Mount Tawavir is on fire, everybody don't travel in the direction. Although you have the right of freedom of movement, in this case, we're going to restrict your freedom of movement because we don't want you to travel into the vicinity of Mount Tawavir because of the fact that you might lose your life. All right, so that's the fourth sort of law in the hierarchy of laws. The fifth one is the law made under or adopted by the Constitution. Basically, these are laws that existed before independence, and when we became independent, we just adopted these laws into our legal system. So we call them laws made or adopted under the Constitution. Some of us like to call them adopted laws. All right, provincial laws. These are laws that are made by provincial governments and assemblies. So the provincial governments, they have the powers to pass laws, but that power is restricted to certain aspects only. They cannot override or they cannot duplicate the lawmaking powers of the national parliament. They are given specific methods in which they can pass laws on. And the last one is the underlying law. So people will ask, like, why are we practicing the common law? Why are we practicing customary law? It's because of the fact that our underlying law in our category of laws are made up of the common law of equity of PNG and customary law. So these two, custom and common law, they come under underlying law, which is the lowest category of the hierarchy of laws. That's why, sometimes people argue and they say, we own the resource. I own the gold in my land because I own the land under custom. But the problem is that the Mining Act that has been passed by Parliament states that the state owns the minerals. So when you look at the hierarchy of laws, you will note that Acts of Parliament are third. And your custom or our custom is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's seventh on the list. So the Act of Parliament will supersede or will prevail over custom any day, any time. That's the structure of the constitution that we have adopted. All right, I hope all these points are clear. I hope you understand them. And this is the first videos of our lectures. Thank you.